Oh, I
Like the
see.
extra volume in it.
Gosh.
He's environment chair. He's not public health chair, Eli.
I already polished off this box of cookies.
Oh, Scott.
Now we are talking about cookies.
Those are the best.
And I'm slowly working my way through this Kit Kat bar.
Oh my God. Okay, Scott, that's enough. We're starting.
Yeah.
Someone
It's not even Halloween, Scott.
It's just what's in my office. I got a bag of Doritos here too. I just chip away at the stuff from time to time.
Do you have an apple or maybe a bag of carrots or?
No comment.
Yeah, don't you still vape, Jeff?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Not one to speak, eh?
We're gonna get you to stop one of these days. You do the nicotine patch.
All of it, like, yeah. I just can't.
Have you ever see that episode of The Simpsons where he had like 500 of them all over him? Try that.
If we just come up with tobacco, we'll be okay, eh, Jeff?
Yeah, tobacco. That was back in the good days.
Okay, so
back in the day, we used to smoke in the office, and we liked it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're I'm just giving you the 1-minute warning, and it allows the members of the media and the public to go back on. So we'll commence the rest of the meeting in just a moment. So we're live right now. So thank you.
I remember my parents' bedroom used to smell of smoke. They were not smokers, but because, Dad would come home, put his suit jacket in the closet.
The public doesn't need to hear the end of that story, Jeff.
Pardon me?
The public doesn't need to hear the end of that story, Jeff.
Public is keen for content. After yesterday's outage.
I think the public wants to know. Go, Jeff. Go.
Yeah, just
transparency. This is it. Go.
Good afternoon, colleagues. We're back in open session. For the benefit of those joining us online, the Finance and Economic Development Committee just met in camera in order to receive a presentation by external legal counsel regarding the light rail transit legal update. These matters will not be reported out as they relate to litigation and legal advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege. During the in-camera session, no votes were taken other than procedural motions and/or directions to staff. I'll now ask Councillor Hubely to introduce a motion to be approved in open session. And members had the opportunity to ask questions on these matters in camera. So once Councillor Hubely has introduced the motion, we'll go right to the vote. Councillor Hubely, please, and it's up on the screen as well.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So whereas the city delivered a notice of default on September 24th, 2021 to the Rideau Transit Group, RTG, in relation to the August 8th derailment outside the Tunney's Pasture Station and the September 19th derailment near the Tremblay Station. And whereas the city acted promptly in delivering this notice of default in light of the seriousness of the event and the consequences under the project agreement, and whereas in response to the notice of default, RTG was required to submit to the city a plan and schedule for the remediation of its breaches under the agreement. And whereas on October 3rd, 2021, RTG submitted its purported plan and schedule to the city to remedy its breaches while at the same time disputing the default. And whereas the city has reviewed RTG's purported plan and schedule and continues to find both are unsatisfactory under all of the circumstances. And whereas the city is not waiving any contemplation of litigation lawyer-client privilege or public interest privilege, therefore, be it resolved, the Finance and Economic Development Committee recommend that City Council direct the Director of Rail Construction Program to deliver a notice of dispute.
Move it up. There we go.
To deliver a notice of dispute under the project agreement with respect to the RTG defaults and direct the Director Rail Construction Program to proceed promptly to have the defaults confirmed through the contractual dispute resolution process in the agreement, including, as necessary, asking the court to confirm the validity of the RTG defaults, and finally direct the city manager to report back to city council on the outcome of these actions. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor. And Mr. Kanalakis, can you confirm that the event of default letter will be released today? Mr. Kanalakis.
My apologies, Mr. Mayor. I just had trouble getting on. Yes, it will be released right after this meeting.
Okay, thank you. So on the motion as presented by Councillor Hubley, carried?
Carried.
Okay, thank you. Page 12 of the agenda, property assessment appeals and charitable rebates annual report are given as information. Notices of motion for consideration of subsequent meeting. Any written inquiries, Madam Clerk?
No, Mr.
Other
Mayor.
business, motion to adjourn, carried?
Carried.
Adopted. Thank you all very much. Merci beaucoup. Meeting adjourned.